This short practice includes one pose, and that pose is Viparita karani, which is a pose that takes our legs up against the wall. So you'll need a wall for this practice, and we'll do some variations. For this practice, you'll need a blanket and a wall. So come to the wall. Take the blanket and fold the blanket in such a way that I'm doing an accordion fold, as you might see, and I'm taking the blanket right up against the wall. So with the blanket right up against the wall, that allows just a little elevation. If you've got a bolster, you might want to use that as well. One of the most difficult aspects of legs up against the wall, Viparita Karani, is that getting your pelvis really close to the wall is pretty challenging for some of us. So some of us need to take our pelvis just slightly further from the wall. But if possible, if you can come to a fetal position at the outside of your mat, that allows you to come to the pose with a little bit more ease. Let's try it. So as you come to the wall, take your pelvis right at the wall on one side of your mat. Lie down in fetal pose. Roll yourself over. So you start at one side of the mat, and now you should be right in the middle. If your hamstrings are a little bit too tight to have your pelvis right at the wall, allow yourself to move away from the wall so it's more comfortable for you. As you lie with your feet elevated, spread your toes. You can have your arms out in nice T position with the palms facing up. Draw your right knee in toward your chest. If you'd like to get just a little bit more hip flexion, you can interlace your fingers right at the shin. Draw the thigh in. Release your right leg back. Do the same with the left leg. You can hug the thigh in. Maybe interlace your fingers at the shin. And as you keep the leg at the wall very active, release your left foot back to the wall. With the legs very active, now bend your knees so that your feet come together. The bottoms of your feet are together. As you let the heels slide down the wall, take your hands to right at the pant leg crease. And as you press your hands to the tops of the thighs, just draw the thighs a little bit closer to the wall as you allow your heels to soften down a little bit. Keep your feet pressing in as you extend from the pelvis all the way to the knees to get length. Keep that. Maybe you can bring your heels slightly closer. The legs stay very active. You're pressing your feet very firmly. You allow the breath to just help you out to create more fullness, more openness in the pose. As you're ready, you can draw your knees in toward each other and reach your feet straight up again, just as we started. Keeping the left leg at the wall, bend your right knee, hug the right thigh in, Reach your right heel toward the sky, toward the ceiling, and come toward a straight right leg. So you're giving your hamstrings just a little bit of stretch here as you draw from the pelvis to the heel and get a nice spread to your toes. Now slowly release your right foot to the wall. Draw your left thigh in so that you can interlace your fingers just at the belly of your hamstrings there, right in the middle of the back of the thigh. Start to straighten your leg, left leg, with the toes spread, with the heel really reaching so that you can get a nice length through the whole back side of the leg. Release now the foot back to the wall. Come back to Viparita karani. Close your eyes. With your arms relaxing to your side and your palms open. Your eyelids are softly closed and you're taking your attention to your breath. A nice easeful in-breath through the nose. And out-breath through the nose. You can stay in this pose. Staying attuned to the breath and attuned to the engagement of the legs. You can continue in this pose. If you need to move on to the activities of your day, bend your knees, reach your arms up and over your head. Allow your knees to draw to one side. And very slowly lift yourself up. Thank you so much for this exploration of Viparita karani. Namaste.